Okay, na Mami Jane Mensa, and I'm always say a declaration at the Atujano. Na Mami wa bono homo di ye party said them di ka no. Normal wa fam pa ne abroad me yi puma koma dia mano. Now finally, what me the declaration at the ababontin. Waya de judging from say or your bar China kukrahwe ase threats ne emu sensem suspicions ahodo normal didi atema hodo mami and detain and reversing the courage anye ni bibia watimi agina pintin amene what the declaration at the ababontin na owie no ena John Dramani Mahama the president elect also the nanu di sem edutudwa abro ne National Democratic Congress supporters ni ehia na o accept say o accept no order o masese o mu boni chidom na enei ya to abama no say on be the next president of Republic of Ghana yenko na yenko hwe President Mahama ekwan yo fa so a o de nanu di sem edema the party supporters.
Thank you. Thank you. Our best days are ahead of us. My brothers and sisters, a while ago, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, Madame Jean Mensa, declared me the winner of the 2024 presidential election. I give thanks and praise to the Almighty God because this successful outcome can only be the doing of the Lord. I'd like to thank the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, for his statesmanship in conceding the election long before the declaration of the results by the Electoral Commission. This concession largely diffused the tensions that are characteristic of high-stakes elections such as this. I also just received a call from His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He graciously extended his congratulations to me, and we had the opportunity to discuss matters related to the joint transitional team. We agreed on an early inauguration of the joint transitional team as early as Wednesday, the 11th of December. I conveyed my sincerest regards to him and expressed my readiness for us to work together to ensure a smooth transition in the best interest of the Ghanaian people. The results of this election, as declared today by the Electoral Commissioner, show that the National Democratic Congress, with me, John Dramani Mahama, as leader, has just chalked one of the most emphatic victories in the electoral history of the Fourth Republic. We have therefore been bestowed with a very outstanding mandate by the good people of Ghana. I'm deeply honored and humbled to receive such an overwhelming endorsement from the Ghanaian people. And I wish to thank all who made this possible by going out to vote for me. I thank all Ghanaians, both at home and abroad, for your continued belief in our democracy, despite the severe crisis our nation is going through. I also congratulate our parliamentary candidates who have also swept the electoral landscape with a very resounding victory. I have a legion of thanks to give for this emphatic electoral success. And let me begin again by thanking the Almighty God, the creator of heaven and earth, for protecting and preserving us through this whole campaign period. And to paraphrase the psalmist, I also give thanks to God for preparing a table before me Obviously, you are all very acquainted with this Bible verse. I also give thanks to God for preparing a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And for anointing my head with oil. And making my cup run over. I next have to give my thanks to my wife Lodina, and my family, my children, my siblings, and all my extended family for standing by me through all these difficult times when victory and success appeared elusive and out of sight. On these gloomy occasions, you have all come through and offered me the encouragement to keep soldiering on. I'd like to thank the Vice President-elect, Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, for being an exemplary and inspirational running mate. Nana, your decency, your humility, and your sense of responsibility added so much to this campaign. The eyes of every young girl and woman, not only in Ghana, but in nations across this continent and the world, are going to be on you from today. And as you said, you have not only opened the door, but you're going to keep the door open for many other women. Your name has become synonymous with breaking boundaries. And like I said, you have opened the door of opportunity for many of our female citizens. Because of you, the people of Ghana can today celebrate the fact that we have made history by electing our first woman as Vice President. I must also thank my very loyal and dedicated staff who have been with me over the last 8 years in opposition for the sacrifice and hard work they have put into this endeavor. To my campaign team members, to our party agents, and the countless volunteers who spent uncountable hours day and night working to secure this victory, I cannot thank you enough. To our Council of Elders, the gallant leadership of the National Democratic Congress, led by Chairman Johnson Asiedu Nketia, our able General Secretary, Fifi Fiavikwete, and our general membership. I'm deeply grateful for your dedication and commitment to this cause and your willingness to give everything to ensure success in this election. To all the religious leaders who prayed for me, and there are too many to mention, at the appropriate time I'll acknowledge them individually. To all the religious leaders who prayed for me, to all the prophets who prophesied my victory, to all the civil society organizations and professional groups we consulted in building our message, to all our traditional leaders who warmly received me in your palaces during the campaign, to all our security personnel across the country, and to the media, to you all I say a big thank you. To Mrs. Jean Mensah and her staff of the Electoral Commission, the IGP and his election security task force, our international observers, and all who have contributed to a very successful election, I convey to you the warmest wishes of a grateful nation. For all its historic undertones, this mandate represents many things for all political actors and those who seek to lead our nation. It shows that the Ghanaian people have little tolerance for bad governance, particularly of the sort witnessed in the last 8 years, and that they are willing to take decisive action at critical moments when it matters most. These 8 years have witnessed some of the darkest periods of our governance. The crisis our beloved country has been through these last several years have left a scar on our national psyche, which may take some time to erase. This mandate also serves as a constant reminder of what fate awaits us if we fail to meet the aspirations of our people and govern with arrogance. My brothers and sisters, there is much to do to salvage our country and reset it. It would have to start with a reset of the relationship between citizens and elected officials. We must never forget that the people of Ghana have chosen us to represent their wishes and their best interest. It is the reason we would be initiating important governance reforms and sometimes initiate severe measures in the next 4 years to reset our nation and bring it back on track as the Black Star of Africa. The journey is not going to be easy, my brothers and sisters, because the outgoing government has plunged our dear nation into an abyss. However, we are determined to work together with you to build the Ghana we want, and I am certain that we shall win the battle. We intend to work together to restore the shattered confidence in our politics and governance system. This election and its outcome represents an opportunity for a new beginning, as we can begin to write a new chapter of our collective story. We need to consciously set the tone for the new direction in which we'll be traveling. My brothers and sisters, I want those words, my brothers and sisters, to be a reminder to all of you, a reminder to me, and to every individual who has just been elected or re-elected, that no matter what office you hold, no matter what your political affiliation is or has been in the past, the one thing we share in common is the nation Ghana. And it is that we want a much better Ghana. We want a Ghana that works for everybody and not just a few people. We want a Ghana that considers the well-being of all her citizens and affords them each the ability to live a life of dignity, a life of limitless opportunity. My brothers and sisters, from the Kaya you to the managing director, to the market women, the bankers, the teachers, security personnel, nurses, doctors, the pastors, the drivers, the tailors and seamstresses, we are all essential to the functioning and forward motion of this country. We, the people of this soil, sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, are in fact our nation's greatest resource. This country, this land, is not for one person or for one family or for one tribe or ethnic group. This country, this beautiful, resilient and resource-rich country that we so love, Ghana, is for all of us. This is our home, but it is not enough to just be born here and to die here. We must also be able to live here with satisfaction. We must be able to love, to dream, to laugh, to eat and dance and drum and share all aspects of our culture that was handed to us by our ancestors. And to do that, we must create sustainable and well-paying jobs through the 24-hour economy initiative. Our most basic needs must be met. Affordable housing and health care, food and clean water, safe work and fair wages. My brothers and sisters, it is with tremendous humility that I accept this clear mandate that you, the good people of Ghana, have given me to lead this great nation as your next president. Every vote that was cast in this election carried the same weight. Every vote also carried a hope in the future of our country. I promise you that I will assemble and lead a government that will carry the weight of those hopes and dreams, whether you voted for me or not, because every victory is a victory for the people, all of the people. Each time we have free and fair elections and then conduct a smooth transfer of power, it reaffirms that our history of leadership and trailblazing was not an aberration. It is not by accident that we were the first nation in Black Africa to win our independence from colonial rule. It is not by accident that the first black person to serve as UN Secretary General, the late Kofi Frimpong Ziega, was a Ghanaian. It is not by accident that so many Ghanaians out there in the world are blazing new trails and being recognized as leaders in their industry. Despite being a relatively small nation, Ghana has been and will continue to be a mighty force on the world stage. We're a proud people and have every reason to be. When Ghana rises, we all stand tall with her. and Africa rises with us too. Last but certainly not the least, I'd like to thank you, the good people of Ghana, for this opportunity once more. I know that many of you are feeling frustrated and angry, but I ask you today, please do not give in to negativity and pessimism. There have been reports of acts of vandalism at some government facilities and installations. I urge you not to vent your frustration in criminal enterprise. We must channel our anger and frustration into the positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding our nation. Let us be brief in our celebration, for the weight of office will be an onerous one. Expectations of Ghanaians are very high, and we cannot afford to fail them. Let us maintain and even magnify this joy and positivity that we feel. We have arrived at this moment because so many of you believed that change was possible. And now we know that not only is change possible, but it is also already in process. Let us continue to believe that we are already moving towards the Ghana we want, the Ghana of our hopes and dreams. And in this Ghana where we have turned a new chapter and are setting a new tone, our best days are not behind us. My brothers and sisters, our best days are ahead of us. Forward ever, backwards never. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless our homeland Ghana. Thank you very much. God bless all of you.
All right, that was President Mahama, the president-elect, and I'm going to say what the acceptance speech, Edema Ghana for and the supporters of a National Democratic Congress. Okay, so after say a better, especially when Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia accepted defeat. That is one, the first step. And the second step, a better just say NDC winning more parliamentary seats. Yeah, by a nano. Then we saw a certain Ghanaians a suspected some National Democratic Congress for terrorizing people. Omu lutu and kofo stores and ya go to municipal assemblies. Yebu ani eyi normal NADMO offices and ya we need to condemn it. So before that, we speak to Dr. Aduchum Sadiq, Executive Director at the Center for Security, Media and Governance Studies Africa. But before that, let's go and watch that video. They'll come back and talk to this security expert. Let's watch that video.
Kessben 92.9 FM.
Yes, to Muamushe TV. Nesebia utie 92.9 and answer 93.3 megahertz o Kumasia. Muamutie Kessben on Kramem Ghana Fananina. Mubetimi ako Facebook and yadi atosono. Paper sayeshono. And kwofo municipal assemblies. Any NADMO offices are. And Kofi share NDC t-shirt. Say NDC for mapa. So many NDC for. Yahoo say be share NDC t-shirt. Oma invaded the premises of various municipal assemblies. Bene Noma. Na fed your tosubium. Easy properties. One more shano. Any idea. A two back to me a shebi. Muamusha TV Suwedia Manisua. Sanete. When you say be a ye chantro. Yen inside to obia, but we need to condemn this. Ghana, so let's watch it. And so share video now. You can see say some Ghanaians bia ebi hye NDC for t-shirt ene eye saade no ebetimi abasa omunye NDC for ebi ankofo bi obubu afuo so ma lose power ebetimi so abasa eye NDC for no a ene bi epese take revenge. We don't know the reason why they are doing that, but to show video no it is clear say ankofo hye NDC t-shirt omoye saade no eti bisasa promise mumbie na yenhwe from the starting to the end. Near how and conform sell properties. Yes, ebinie. Yes. Papers are a war easy for because where is properties, right? Yes. Yes, voters register. Any is a ballot box. Any papers. Akadina almost said no. On and on and on and on. Minim se betimi akon Narugu eso ne ahwe Narugu assembly. I not more officer ye buani na nkofo ma we so apabam no de ko. We fa we ya apabam no de ko man probisu sa. Obi afa bibia no de ko. On and on and on and on. I don't know say e die ti na Ghana ese ye ho sa. E die ti na Ghana ye ho sa. Ah? Ghana e hefa ne ye ko power na asesa wobi kotu tuo ponku wobi ade ti na ese ye ho sa. Ah? Ghana, where are we heading as a country? Where are we heading as a country? Power na asesa keke enti Dr. Mahmoud Baumia donu nu kuta power no a wade atum se kasa ne be ya pepepe ye ne asundie beba no we ya anya mo fe Ghana we kura anya ye fe anya ye de ye feeling proud of it see ye Ghana for na odo no oti abam no ya to aba na ndu 24 hours what me aba bonten abeji atum si wadi nto ah no shall electoral commission say mo electoral commission mo make sure say dia kan mo di ye betwa ye e ma mo koye bibia ma basabasa e ma e dia na ye je Ghana e dia na ye je mo ye sade we say John Mahama be ye president e dia no ade ma mo wo mo be dia de no wo mo hodada o de ono ba be dia de no hodada ada na ye ho sa Ghana Argentina here who saw this country. 2009, the same thing happened. 2008. Yajen Kofo ka kwaji akwasi cheka. Joseph Yamin, I remember vividly. Joseph Yamin kwaji akwasi cheka the mano. The then director of communications Ashanti region NPP because just power. Yajen anadu dan kwaku fadu yajen ka as a flag bearer at that time. Ni yajen ka and no more sound repeating the same thing. Adani ye ho sa ah obia sesa power na no ye se no ma obia power sesa bia na ye se no ma hwe se mu hwe video no mu amotie radio no mu ko Facebook abuba hunu si ade ato ho buba timi akwa akohwe bi uko YouTube abehunu uko Twitter so abehunu Kessben TV mu hwe se enkofu akobu Municipal Assembly any not before office ya buani na ya de enkofu asesa fridge ho eno me ho no mu a satorancha bi ba ya de kopata nkofo a comfort to ma compensate to no oyenko asesa di dwane di akofie oyenko asesa edi kofie yesi Ghana ya asumdie man enso power asesa bia na asamu aba 2016 ye declare na nado dan kwaku fado say oye president e ho no ma start jeje cars na kofo sase jeje cars she na shegu na regu anasa na shegu aha hnefa la mo shegu this where la mo shegu look at this dia na yaji Ghana dia na yaji o party na we need power. All what you have to do ni say ube kofie no akoda nyame ase election no ansesa John Mahama we need president no bibia no ho no betimi asesa wo toto bo at the board your friend is a government property edia mo invade Ghana police station mo invade na mo toto bo at the side government property. Ye kasa phone so ni atie communication service tax ye di kotwa you deployment foka dia kan ye de ye japade de mo ban no hwe so yonko ase no because power asesa power besesa adan ye ho sa police for timi kasa police timi nya hwe adan ye ho sa na wei e bono so obi so retaliate ade ne besi Ghana ah. Mame kwa homa no so na me ne Dr. Dutwum etwetwe nkobo. Okay, we from homa so. Okay. Yes, la one. Akati yes ramo. Ye pese ne Dr. Dutwum Sadik on executive director at the Center for Security, Media and the Governance Studies ewo Africa. Ye pese ye no etwetwe nkobo. Ye pese ye no etwetwe nkobo. In the show. Okay. Okay. I'm say line no emba ya kakra but the shortest time ya de never ba. Ye ne doctor ba twen komo me samo mon tra na mon sanfa doctor ma say feedback ne enye papa. But we still have to condemn this. Enye kra Ghana. Enye kra. Yewi ana aban asa akwakoboka. Ni asako fa sika tuturi die kaya botwani ni asade akwakoye repair all these damages. Police forgina ho obi antimi nya hwe. Police forgina ho obi antimi nya hwe because nipa akoguo dey overwhelming the Ghana Police Service. And I'm disappointed in Ghana Police Service. I'm disappointed in them. Ejenti na Ghana Police for mo fa video dem na chikakra. Odi bi de bada cha mo ba hunu se Ghana police for gina ho obi antimi nka hwe adai Ghana adai ah ene ya ne pass law ene ye vigilantism law ya de aba ya ba ni na adai Ghana Police Service edia na musuro are you in support adia na na ekoso anase mo kwana na mo ba ho ban police for gina ho muntimi nya hwe. Police jina want me act Ghana Police Service. One more na mune shagwa se no aye si o na se you omu na adi. Mo post video no mo post no. Mo famna manu kakana ka mo post no. Me pese me kire atiefo ade bi. E bia na de ne me kan nkofo hunu. Mo fa ha be sa hada bi. Ba bia police fo ni jina no. Mo hwe ba bia police fo ni jina no. Yes. Yeah, e ba me to mo bo ase na mo hwe ho. Me srabo. Baby a police for the jano do ha mo hwe. One police person de jina ho no. Police ni ba ku na jina ho no. E na ba ha mo pass no. Police for the jina ho. Obi de nsa afodi ne nsa. Obi de nsa gunobo and wo hwe si no se e koso. Ah? Ghana Police Service. Ghana nipa ba ko for cry you have to fight. Se terrorists be na ba be your operation. Ababa bomb the whole Ghana. Mona mama naba. Police fight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And some no more inside no more jina kwa ho. Mo sham ya some properties. No be driving careless kakrabia. No more kwa cheno. Wo be kuta driving licenses. The driving licenses apa ho ya friend say road worthy. Apa ho one day. Wo nam kwase kwa kotwa. Esu etimi cheno. And no more way cause so much mutimi. Ya kwa man so meboa. Okay. All right, yani Dr. Dutwum Sadik, executive director at the Center for Security, Media and Governance Studies, Ebere Chenkomo, Ewa Africa Chenkomo. Doc ya mwakwaba.
Mejo so many abema.
Now Doc kache ye a declaration di aba ye beka ho asem. Me did ye say hooliganism ne terrorism ekoso ene normal yes and various assemblies, police stations and number offices. Me did ye say anya bia he.
The kind of mama ncha wetefu no wahefo. I'm say right from the very before, that is, make the very before, right from 5th December, 7th December to 8th December. No, I'm saying we've been part of the electoral processes. In totality, no, yabeka say Ghana for abo omuhomodin sabano aye asumdwe ewo kwanso na wo hwe eye nsamwa eye omampenie bi de chia wo so ana no tu franka edima eye osono amanyoko ene dia wodi nkunim ende odi otuk franka edima eye chini amanyoko no wo hwe enuanum mienu yi omokasa mu a echo da inkambum kasa ebia obonebeka ne say that unism. So their language is language of unity and progress and development. Enti sabrino akase omwa omudi emu akutene no ebe masa kase akwase ema ankwanku bi atene ho asese anamo aye bebetu no enye ebufu anamo eye odo anamo development na ya ka peace no peace na nkasa ne fire by pa eye odo se wunni odo ewo wakoma mu emfema wunni a untumi ne international mu enti ne fire by ene oye kira sa akendifu mienu no akire no eno na esese yema ne cut down na yehu se emra aka yenim no se na omampani ayeyi no and then also can say de wo yenim no na eye papa enya de ebetwum no enti whatever that is happening is very condemnable, but at this very stage to me portion categorical blame and from whether it is NDC or NPP, that kind of blame game we have done it for so many years and it's not helping us. What it is very important at this very very moment, and it's the security agencies and especially Ghana police, as I say, almost take issues up. Normal investigations. Now I think sometimes investigations I understand some see na say yen hwehwemu na yen hwehwemu ntem na ye de eho nsunsanso betudwa na eche ahokeka no biwa na ewo fom enti sabre ese omo hwehwemu na omo edi sa adwuma no na yen hu say ana omo ye NDC4 ana so omo ye NPP4, but at the end of the day no, whether they are NPP or they are NDC, we are all Ghanaians. And we are supposed to come together and then move the nation forward. So we are NDC ni. Now to say, mantem bimu, anase region bimu, anase Borno bimu, nase bibia so boni. Na unim say sabre yes, sena omo say yaba research. Na say omunya even evidence. Nasa ube kwa bwera to various offices. Number kwa destroy honoma. It means leader na nkasa mwankasa moyino no. Mo mana kunya mane nye de mane nye ne juma. If it ejuma ba be no so say prosecute obi a. On to mean sorry prekope and use any draconian means be as or the prosecute obi. He will do that based on evidence. Into say oko office be na oko akosia bi honom na at the end of the day no, they need to go and do investigations at that place to make sure say nyama boni bi akoso a ese se omo gyina so na omo edi nyama tutu ye na na se ese se ye prosecute obi a sa evidence no eni ho enti se NDC mbebunu na yesa na se NDC for na yesa omo leader omo yi no asema okan no eno na ese se omo tie na supamu se MPP for so na omo nyina di afra na omo yesa so omo so de omo so omo leader kan no oso omo tie na supamu na omo ehu se omo na ye chichire Omai Ghana no enye ankwanko bia dia nyina dia nti se nyame ya wadom na bia wonim de bia wo enti no se yamon gina bia obi ma okodi mu a ese se wudi wugina odwa be no so wudi ye adwuma a ebe mani padodo na be de ebe nya ho mfaso enti sabre it is too early yet for us to be apportioning blames and for us to embark on this kind of barbaric act. I think it is criminal, and so the right agencies must, as a matter of urgency, be at work. It also means NCC has a lot of work to do, and that is one of the institutions that, as I said, it has to be revamped so that they can do that civic education proper And in all of this, we should say, Anka ABA, a dear friend says, civic education, it is done proper towards even this particular election. And Kobe will say, we need to be able to conscientize our people to understand, say, the new era of development, it doesn't come with this kind of attitude. And so it is very, very condemnable. And if you look at the work that has been done, I mean, the EC, all the relevant stakeholders and agencies that are involved in this, and everybody has put in. So it is not time for us to say, I think that the whole issues and whatever that is going on is very, very, very condemnable. And those who are involved must be brought to book. And then the leaders must have to come back and re-emphasize on the point of unism, the point of unity to move this country forward.
All right, Dr. Educhum Sadiq, Executive Director, Center for Security, Media and the Governance Studies, and Amatisi and the Action Commander. Doc, I feel my member movie. Now, Kase, Yentimi, but baby, Yedru, Yentimi Kasebia, a political party be, and a yes, okay, understood. But yes, you. Omo has say when yan crying and then you kumase so the michi where a certain community okosa community ha obi anim ne yanko obi anim no ho omo ni mom hu yie pa so wo hwe se bi kuta NDC for flag eno ne yentimi fan gina so justify so NDC ni ya hunu se bi so se NDC t-shirt yentimi fan gina so se wo ye NDC ni but since aye community omo anim omo ho no Nen kofo kasa ye NDC supporters na yes ade no na besi na NDC for fa ye fa say statement ma bonten embe ka say nye omo ano you get me adentin yentimi kasa ye omo na yes ade we see.
I think that first of all adiba concept on the face of criminality there is nothing like MPP NDC. That is the point I want us to stand. Anything I make say the relevant institution, which is the Ghana police, they have to be at work. It's as simple as that. What are the laws? They are supposed to maintain law and order. The electoral processes, that's why elections are in 3 phases. You see, before, during, and after. Each of these stages, after elections can equally disrupt a nation if it is not handled well. And see, ejinaye ba kwa nanka ebetumi anase nkofo enim de ebeti na omutimu aye omuntanta ene say afenu a eye the main 2 contenders no obia enye hu ni gina bio se na etinti no na obia adwemu aye ntanta but the moment yenua peni Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ebe declare na obe concede ya no. That brought a certain level of peace in this country. That is the first success when we want to maintain peace after the election. Whatever that happens after this declaration, and in the face of the law, it's criminal. And we have the relevant institutions. The relevant institution must, and so now it even makes it easier for the security agencies to begin to do their work. So they need to cause arrest, they need to investigate, and when you investigate, na say nipano wa ye of course we din somebody na say wa say embrano ni dia. Na embrano ni di. My point is that in as much as say you say bia wa woni me ye interview bia we ye party A na bia me so ye party B no. Se me ne wo din somebody a and no say because you were party B no. And you can't say branding in yedi. And I say because you were party B, say a farm brand share himself. And that's what I'm saying. It is wrong. And this is some of the things that we have been doing to ourselves. So it's so bad. We have been doing this to ourselves all these years. But you see, if you look at the demeanor that Mahama inherited from former President Mills, that is a mark of a leadership that we need to all rally behind. So that this level of Senya, I say Ghana for and when you hear Makumu, any attitude of free so Makum Yadinano. Papa ne kasa mo no wa ma yesa assurance no I may say Nunyanso Dr. Bamia on for my assurance and they are even ready to work together. How necessary and how important will it be say those of us na we should begin to destroy the very institutions that Ochina Ebiana wunim say wokwa na ebe appoint o ema akwa kwotena honom and say wonu ebi na ebe appoint ma akwa kwotena say appoint wonu na ma na kwotena ho a enyoma na wa say no emu dia wan no doka ko yedwuma. It means that we are coming back say omani here scored bebu or here scored bebu omani ntino, then we are going back to be taxed. What I'm saying is, as a people, we should begin to think and think well. Say some of these things, some of this hooliganism, some of these distractions and all those things. It is not what will help us as a people. So the relevant institutions must go to work.
Now, Doc, what kind of relevant institutions say must work? Yan shadio, who share video ya, me share CC ya, TV so ya. Ma who say approach for now, police are there, and all my for do omonsa, and then kofoi. Bo at the ball glasses no me say normal e honi adea sa police for no amugina on ye betimi akase bia no amu protect omu self and na say omu they are in support adea na ekoso no na say na if they are in support our adea na ekoso no they are not in support na adea na ekoso na adea no man take action.
I see. I mean, I think one of the things I say in about the whole issue of governance now, it's a collective effort. Inti bia senya wonhu omno wono woye nsam troni wodi mu akotene ewo yen kabimam kabi amembo mu no you are now bringing this thing to the attention of the stakeholders. As I say, within even the police service, there are various sectors, there are various divisions, there are various levels of doing things. ABR, their air cost anything I want to identify the police people who are standing there doing nothing to prevent the situation. Or we need to understand why they were standing there and not if they are not able to prevent what they have been mandated to do. We need to find out. Is it that they were incapacitated? Is it that they don't have the capacity at that moment, or they don't have the right necessary equipment to do that? And if not, steps be on someone take here. So it's a process. Until we need to first of all launch investigation into that. We need to cause arrest. Send the information about
yeah, Mr. Sir, Doc, my membusa say police, what is the work of the Ghana police? What is the functions of the Ghana police? In
the realm of operation, in the realm of operation, say what we call standard operating procedure, rules of engagement. I am telling you that when deployments are done, now a police officer is deployed for a particular duty. If you don't have a police officer who has that tenacity, that initiative, that leadership, the deployment now they are and based on the strict instructions given to the person will concentrate on what he's doing. That is one. Two, if within the realm of deployment and operation, if those police now if they assess the situation, share the level of people and answer the number of people who are involved in this. No, capacity at that very moment in time, and they cannot overpower those people. It does not lie in their power to even make an attempt. What they can do is to call for reinforcement. So when it comes to deployment, there are processes, and when it comes to rules of engagement, there are rules and there are instructions and very strict ones. Inti yen to me prekope ene yankase enam say ya sha watare say we do more say we intino say ebia police ni ba ku gina ho now you have about 100 people coming towards a particular office. Let's say police in Nkosa no gina no, you expecting say that police officer should match up to that 100%. It is not possible. Yes, inti we need to understand all of these things. And I make say make they say you as a media, because the media in ya say media na amembo na ye bunu Australia etoso 9 nti musumu di mu akotene nti sabe ya wo this information ya ba ya ye gusu ye discuss. I am sure say impenifo a musumu di mu akotene no musumu tie and Kessben FM mu ko eche pa nti omu tie no they need to now take the necessary action towards what we are talking about, because in your way any boy ama yen on mine no nchise na etise no ebetimi aide ebetimi akonkan the fact and no can the fact say aban asesa no and no interest say yes say nyoma say embum no de ewo honom no yetumi aide yetumi ebon eban
na wo ka bibi say nkofo hwe yawo ma fam ne yawo ahokyere ma fam ne ade na ma omo yesade no eno na say yesa na say justify na kakra
no that's not the context and I may see se Ghana for share ahu hinhi omo akom ene oyaw bia omo firi se ewo omumu na omo de akwakoto aba no me question na me bi say eye dia ye hu sisi yi eno na betimi ama oman na akoso ana. That is not what we are supposed to do. That is the context I am saying. Ntimi fa ne say to say na ye say fa ne say Moses or the museum for a chopokoko yi wo chopokoko no wie na okodu pokoko na chi wie a nso no badan no abadun so gumana ana say obeto ball egum. Is that the word? No, because when him the betimi ekosi e won nso na gi a e bi o say wo san wachi e ba na be use the same water nankasa now they come back to where you came from, and that is the election for you. In the fact that and their power system, it doesn't mean that power cannot change again. It will definitely change again. In the say yes and na yakwe nim no yetumi all some of these issues are happening or say to me if you, and I'm saying say it is also about education. So then NCC should go to work again. They should also be, by this time, they should even have a strategy within this period from now to even by the time I hand you over. They should come with a very serious, robust communication, educating the people about how we can avoid some of this act that we are talking about.
Okay, dog, yeah, they are no see, but my mum a question we say 2 in 1 now. Yemfe anu esikra. The NCC for asema working. And I try to do about BBC. Make I say 2008. Time of power say and from NPP to NDC. No, we saw the same thing. And it happened yet the gym called forecast. Nanado down Kokufa the class a flag bearer. Omu chasing the Kojene cars. Vandalizing offices here and there. 2016 power sources sign. We saw say some NDC form peniophobia and comforterize omo jeje omo cars near there. Yebeka say abronye DC no dimu akotene paama John Dumelo kura ne ka ho asem bi ba obeka ya na no nkofo pese obo koje ne ade a de bia ye to abawia power sesan na saade ne eba ede pa ne yebetimi yidi aso because listen the Ghana Police Service they know the records because I'm told say per security no sometimes we the police make deployment based on history and normal SEC to prevent it, and the Ghana Police Service, one of the core functions also to prevent crime. They should not sit down for the crime to happen before they can go on. That is one. How do we solve this problem once and for all? And two, the vigilantism law, because of Ayawasu war continue, ya drafted ya pass it, ya ban the vigilantism and the land gas. No, it looks like say we shot the land gas stories abba. After passing that law, no, sub law ya passing no, and we shall no man ekosui go for a colonche, operation whatever, azoka boys near the Kumasi near the no. Have we failed as a country? Yentimi uphold that act, no, and as I say,
okay, my brother, they are working in our womb, but a nation that wants to move forward, we should learn from former President Mills of blessed memory. That is what I would say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. That was Dr. Educhum Sadiq, Executive Director at the Mass Center for Security, Media and Governance Studies. In the shortest time, no, yebeko na yene yebeko Kaikwe Central and North, and yene Mr. Honorable Edward Anin. Former member of parliament Emma Obuasi East constituency and so we have a lot for you. All right, welcome back to the program. I got 10 minutes now. 9 abo nana se non kron abo yeshemo bosse yene Honorable Haruna Rafik or NPP or Kakwe Central member. Yene de baba twetwe enkomo na wacheche yi ene Okaikwe Central and someone and normal a course no ya bobo ne tofa e dia maye ye ne ba betwetwe nkomo e dia for Okaikwe Central enra ofa the whole Ghana obi eka enye nkranko a the whole Ghana obi everybody was talking about Honorable Patrick Boama bisi Boama pa ne yatuni adwuma wa ye pa ne yatu Boama na afei udu baby nso ana nkofo discuss ye se Boama wini ena o ma chinchim ni se bisi da bi wa wini na olusu ya no so ompese obesan ade no ena baba sadeke so wompene ene ne samwa bebrebe nsam ne de bebrebe ni anya honorable ewa hase obekache the version of the new patriotic party honorable Maakye
yo that's a
na kache ye den na honorable Patrick Boama say on sign ade no rumor buy speculations all over you say Patrick Boama honorable will lose election but also one sign
boss it kind of me a first vice chairman ewo Okaikwe Central na me chia yeti for ne ahwefo nyina na me constituency for so Okaikwe Central ye be kachiro bia say obi anya abotre na esi no omu nyina hwe wo TV so enye bibia a secret. It was live on national television and a lot of Ghanaians monitored Niesi Woho. Now fast forward, Niesi and say on the 7th now year to Abano. Around 11 to 12 p.m. around 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. hono. NDC4 members by a party office, which was one of your centers the coordinating elections no. So yeah, she share your computers maybe be communicating with the polling station agents any more so say about on Bibia because we and the allegation was that almost say yeah to about party office or yeah the ballot box a basic honor yama party for about ebe to aba naturally nipa bebre omotete e chikakra into omo to aba no we no omo ba party office or just to come and interact with other members because that became like a center. So a lot of your party for no eba ho and that's raised an alarm say yeah to about police for aba ho na omo be check ho nyina with omo cameras any media for omo share office no nyina there was nothing untoward there omo clear ho. But at a point, what surprised some of us, and they say, police for no, even though almost sure now, almost suggested saying Kayen Lucky Party office no for a while because said the NDC for about, and I say no, this is an election day. I one of your setups, I had coordinated with your agents. So Muka say what happens? Then are we going to lose that communication with your agents at the various polling stations? So another end to me see. So we can't do that because as at the time now, I'm making a suggestion. Now NDC, my party office be yen cash almost for ATT party officer. So we're quite surprised. So we requested for security there. Say at that time, other assignments so they cannot station police officer. But I told the one in charge, say, Waba, when we say our offices have been besieged. So as an officer of the state, say we say now we cannot be because you and I will be held responsible because at least you are in the known. Say our party office has been besieged, and any new office, any secret location, our Becca Market watch in Champagne.
Office
that is a party office for so many years.
Yes, Fadama Junction.
Fadama Junction. No, thank you very much. So it is not proper say mobile call without providing security because they have besieged the whole place.
So how do you determine say nipa ne buy no NDC for how do you determine that? Do you know them?
Say we live together. That's a constituency some of us have lived all our lives. So we know, and the political device on enemy home because we've been having engagements here and there. So enemy home. Some are even related.
Okay.
One family, some belong to MPP, some belong to NDC. So clearly, we knew the people who were there, and
okay.
It was NDC.
So NDC ni bianti, no bianti hasi. You understand? Okay. So you are coming to tell us your version. Okay. So we need to ask questions.
Exactly. I don't have a problem.
So tell us, since that is the community,
Yes.
And you know some of the NDC for number
exactly.
You get what you said,
Okay.
Okay, fine. More related. Ubetimi aboni pa be 2-3 bia. Wuni mo din. As some ye NDC for card bearing members. Our mu invade more office or our since you know them. We can mention their name so that we can establish say Sanko for me NDC for.
So what will happen is this. I can mention even more than 10, but I will not mention for security reasons because after the declaration of resource, the ACC war area hall destroying of billboards and attacking of some individuals. I think the next minute you become a target. I will not want to do that. The security were there, the cameras were there. There are footages, and they granted. They also granted interviews and stated their case. And those footages are there. Most of the media houses were present. If they are not NDC, they will not grant interview and describe themselves as NDC and accusing MPP of say ISA and NDC.
Earlier when you were saying something, so almost grant interview no. Grant interview now say
almost yeah to about almost the ballot box a basic obi ama tip of say the ballot box a basic party officer yeah, let's be sometimes because the point is that say MPP person use ballot box baby now to about let's say secret assuming say no party office na
now the almost the ballot box no kwesi
yeah unfortunately so na make say police for ba home be hwehwe ho nyina in central for also by any cameras and it was live on various TV and radio stations. So clearly, I don't know, it was not true. Later, the Ghana Police Service issued statement say that allegation was false. I have the statement here. I can produce it to you.
Okay.
Say that's the exactly.
So actualities in here. Exactly. Border security.
Exactly.
Very sensitive. We have
thank
to
you. Because police has issued a statement say it was Okakwe Central. Was false. The allegation was false. Now fast forward. If you know, I don't know, we were able to resolve it at a point because that was not what was going on. The police communicated to them. We members say they should just remain calm. They shouldn't react to because Honorable Patrick Abuawan, we all know the nature, the kind of person he is. Yes, a kind of rowdy person. So we shouldn't exhibit a character different from said or no Otino. And the same way as a presidential candidate, Obiehun, the kind of person he is, the gentleman that he is. So we cannot put up an attitude that is different from Kendi Fono. So this is what happened. After we got to the end of the elections and then results were being declared. We still use the same center party officer to coordinate and then get our results collated. We collected all our results. So by 11 o'clock, now your results that's
11 o'clock of 7th on the 7th December.
Yes,
election day.
Yes, as a NPP, as a Okakwe Central, we had our own results, which we had the total votes was for Patrick Boama was 20,997 votes. 20,997 votes. That which represents 52.37%. Now, Baba Sadiq had 19,100, which 19,100, which represented 47.63%.
47.63%.
Good.
So, and Momo the system will be
20,997.
997.
Good. So the difference between
and a percentage in here say
percentage in here, the percentage in here 52.37%.
52.37.
Yes, okay. And then the vote difference between your votes was 1,897.
1,897.
So that was the difference. Now, because we had this information, we knew we were okay. Into your coalition center hall, just to do the normal official procedure because say you better declare results and your office and you better so they are declare results. I will say you call through the normal EC procedure. Into your call, it is about the pink sheets. EC no nekita master copy no. Omo na mukita original documents no. Into EC officer na oti hono. Obebo but say the many oti say. About polling station na no about figures no figures na other parties ni nyina nya na ye nyina a confirm from your information na ye kita and this is also be confirm na ya call to the next na you know you were 141 polling stations the whole constituency.
So you went there with your pink sheet?
We didn't go there with our pink sheets for the reason that we were using those pink sheets at the office to do our collation. So we took the lead to the center. And then soft copies of your friend saying entries now was given to us. So
it means that you don't have to take pin sheet to the collation.
You don't necessarily need unless
not necessarily
unless of course you doubt. So if there's doubt, that's when you need to use that to prove.
Okay.
But what we did was that we had indicated, like I told you, we had already compiled our results. So you name each polling station the figure we got. So we had them on our phones. So amount na ABR Christ Apostolic Church 1, Abeka NPP 1, NDC ABR 5 na watchro. So then you you're confirming from there your phone also to be able to be sure say
the same thing
on the same page.
Good.
Okay. NDC so almost the same thing. So we all went through, but at a point we realized that
save that. So NDC for some form of pink sheet ama. Almost
pink sheets na fiscal copy no
But by the previous election, some of the pink sheet to this particular one.
Not always na pink sheets.
But the last election, some of the pink sheet.
The last election, for pink sheets uncle.
Last two elections as well.
Last two elections, I don't have that information. But the last election, no. Omo manage station, Omo Mayati, as I say, they didn't go there with the polling your friends and pink sheets.
Okay.
Sometimes, Nientia, Omo Pese, or they are a bit reluctant in taking the pink sheets there, is for security reasons.
Okay.
Because I know you mostly would document, would back up, in case of anything you rely on. Okay. Now say what the corner say BB Ecosia and it is destroyed, then it means that near Ube Jinaso Edia Ameki case, it could be tampered with. And if you don't have it, you will not be able to make a case.
Okay, so let's go back to
Ebasano. Yeah, we started with the coalition. Obo figures and then we're all going through. But it got to a point where we said that no, let's our people bring the pink sheets. Into
a strike moment started
because NDC kept on trying to challenge some of the figures now easy ebobono.
But then you have it on your phone.
But they will tell you say your phone and your phone na omuhia and your phone also. They also want to have a physical proof. So as demanding for physical proof, that was when Yeka say fire the
hard copies number.
Thank you, hard copies number. Inti nipa na yede suma ase on fambrano. The person was attacked at the collation center outside. Before we would almost say he's smuggling in dubious to come and rig the election. So the young man is called Joshua. Joshua was beaten to pulp. And your friend is saying pink sheets never won they just destroyed everything. So you were inside we were not informed. Because we were only expecting it. But fortunately, on our part, one of our colleagues joined us. MP Nuninia Ebai, he was part of our IT team. So he also had the full complement of soft copy entries na So then we at a point we were relaxed. We didn't even call back again say for pink sheets number.
We too
didn't know ye nim say bibi kra sa AC. So we went on and then your collation 141 up to 139 polling station. NDC Akatu pe raise any issue on the pink sheets now. Go through because the process is that we are collation or you collect one polling station, we are now called the next. So
more tabulation.
Thank you, tabulation. And I say we are 2 3. Now the final officer no be key into the system. System also here live. So ye key in omo EC office or regional collation center. They are also seen near Kosunyina. So we did up to 139, and as at the time, 139. This was the figure that was shown on the screen, EC screen. As at 139 polling stations, Patrick Yabuama vote 20,229. 20,229. And Baba Sadiq dear 18,789.
18,789.
So at that moment, no, now aka 2 polling stations are on key in to get the final result. So at Uni say
police stations to that time now oka omumi onu boma.
So what now I have to check because you said aka 2, but I didn't know the exact 2 no. I didn't take note of the exact 2 no. So I won't be able to tell. But what we know
but
is
we have to know the police stations.
Because the 2 police stations, there's no way 2 police stations between 1,008 that kind of difference. You know? So when you strike the difference between 20,229 and 18,783, so there's no way figure obenyano pulling 2 police stations between nyasa. So what the ninyina ma boama and I say what the ninyina ma Baba Sadeka, it won't make any difference. So media people now more hono because the news say it was left with only 2 no. So almost 30 of cameras be because after everything is done, it was someone make an announcement. Ohana NDC ni baku Eura Hall. Ebeka say omu allow. In fact, as at the time I 29 eka 29 no. And Obe announces say no one should make a mistake. Say Obe declare
no 139.
Initially as at the time your friend saying it was left with 29. The first announcement Obe make it say
na 29 a year mama
good. And Obe announces say you we cry more bia me EC officer bia and making mistakes say Obe declare results wo or can we police for nim or can we EC for nim or can we party for nim or no any party for wo yan kasa MPP for ya yeti ho no almost someone declare ma me say police ni be cry ka say na there ya bet na half it and 8 o'clock ade achi around 6 o'clock what be make announcement say yeah we cry more bia declare intina then intina you bet na half 50 the night up to this morning. So like it was just a passing comment. Wabekasa and I'll sign back for the second time. Now move abonting omo crofo mo din crofo bebre about abego. Omo bangi ho say omo threaten NDC for agents cry omo ti ho no say. So mo di agro no mo sign say omo Lucia. Omo ni omo wasem. Na yen so EC4 so omo be sa declaration they were threatening them. So ohona some of us sense danger. Then NIS sent a distress call. Say, and at that time I was highly disappointed with the Ghana Police Service because the commander for Tesano na our whole hobby. Emre amobe make kisa announcement na commander no hobby. And Ombeka said no one should declare any results.
Eti commander na nkashe.
Then Ombeka omo nkashe. All I knew oyebeye and say the parties NPP ni NDC we should go out and talk to our members because they are misbehaving. So that was the comment that came from them. But I was expecting, say, being the one in charge, you know, what senses are danger now? When we say almost the whole offices of the EC has been overtaken by party members now. Almost matrix, no, and Quebec call for some reinforcement. Yeah. But NOAC and the police officers now more. Inside Hono, they were Mekaya, they were virtually about 5 or 6, and none of them was even armed. To the extent, say NDC for no at a point almost overpower police for no gate no, Eura hall. So when we send a distress call for 2 hours around 6 o'clock, and a police officer no Honankasa, he didn't take the one in charge didn't take any action by bringing extra people to come and support the process. So Nieti and said no more before we realize from the windows, from the main door, police for no more room, almost started to almost destroy ballot boxes. EC4 AC or your friends a projector, any of computers almost pipe nina.
Now that time no meba. Now more supporters were here.
Yeah, supporters were not on the ground. Our supporters because we knew that we had sent men into the friends coalition center. So they are supposed to do the work because it is not for supporters. They are not supporter This is an exercise with the pink sheet. Supporter no kita pink sheet and I say they no babe. So yes, supporters no money at least, but there were some 1 or 2 be almost all mobile around there, but not up to certain number. But this one you could see clearly say a year like it was properly orchestrated. Say they should come and distract the process. In Mobile, they distracted everything, and then they destroyed the projectors. They destroyed a lot of things. Emma police for nankasa mimi menihu say police ni ejwani. Ye nyina ejwani if you hall hono. The police people were equally running away from the hall. So this is what happened, and some people ebimu prepare ewo ni AC anything ebimu free wall to the back. Now emfa say when we win the election now, I then usro say electoral commission eba be declare results. Nana say we win the election. Na say ye ba be declare. Why would you come to destroy EC materials? So ohona Emma Bibia NDA omo ntumi anye official declaration.
Okay. Jasuma me na ma menya adwuma bi mrasisi a. Yen kwhwe how the NDC brought the EC officer to declare the results. Good. Na yen shade ye pese nya the comprehensive
no because the American nyina enye the regional way here constituency coalition center. The EC wo Ghana Telecom University enrade no baby I'm forcing or declare no and you EC office regional office.
So regional office so how na make am so yen kwhwe mrasisi a. Video no ma me kakra mo post me hunu se EC boss no opepa nanim menim eyen fifra na se enisuo ena na egu no ni ti na opepa nanim no mesra ma me hwe ha mo post ma me he wo hwe se opepa nanim na be pese me hunu se na eyenisuo ana se na eyen fifri
omo bono menim migina ho say me hwe say ye bu nipa ti say kronfo.
Oh, I see.
Ye bono omo mia ne mene to the extent say he was not able to breathe properly. Ma ehun kra ka me say this young man is going to be killed. Now, do you know the strange thing? Now police for ejina ho. We had about 6 police officers in the building. When we say police in ho. But the police officers were in the building.
Sebia they are overwhelmed.
Good.
Listen.
Good.
Many a security expert I was raising the same concern. Efa Mushegu and Kofi Frimpong attack Ghana police service or police station. No more glasses in this animal. I saw police for bears a fight for my food or my arms, and they were watching the scene. Didn't see. Let me be say. Argentina police were do say you protect the properties of the
lives and property
and the life and the properties, and we saw say no police ni be obet me at me vigilante or as or ye vigilante men pneuma ni besi BNC because that is what I know. But according to the police expert, say security expert, say sometimes so a situation now you have to protect your life. That's why he was saying, as I say, you will protect your life. So they were protecting their lives and allow the hooligans to attack you. So
and allow a civilian to almost be killed. Okay. At least, so when you share uniform cry, you are a Ghanaian, also we a citizen, and at least seeing someone. See someone being molested to that extent. At least
okay, young share the final video how he made the declaration. Young here's a video.
Stay there. No, you don't need a candidate. Let him declare.
Let him be flanked with the officers.
Let him declare. So,
Chairman,
media, you are all supposed to go back. If you are there, you will hear. Go back. Please, media. Just cross the media guy.
From 100 and 10 police stations out of 140 at the end of the election at Okankwe Central Constituency. Patrick Yabuama had 14,949. Baba Abdullah Sadiq had 15,383. Total valid votes is 332. Rejected ballot is 130. Total vote cast 30,462. So from this election, this represents 110. This represents 78% of the election held at Okankwe Central. So from this result, Baba Sadiq has been elected Member of Parliament for Okankwe Central. Thank you.
2024. Per the figures are all the media, and the honor to declare a different because you who the figure what the man will say Satam and not Akam. You understand? You who say figures are all the man. 20,997.
Good.
And I also that time Baba Sadek in Swenya 19,100.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now difference near 1,897. Jamaica
okay.
That is the figure all the mommy.
Okay.
And at that time now all Casasa was 141 police stations no near about 139. But a dena is so 14,999 and a Baba Sadek Kusunya 15,383. Adena me basa the okay and pay the number of police stations and no about at that time no. Jamaica what I say. As a mummy figure difference is a huge dodo. Are you telling us the truth?
So you see, I was telling you there are two incidents. Your constituency coalition center. And no know Ghana Telecom has say. Ohana yekoye.
Yeah,
Ohana Mitre will say figures now omo project here. Ohana na aka 2 polling stations peno. Oho 139 polling stations na ya no. NDC and Rezi issue bia or even one polling station. Omo G2 so one jan tuma omo fan share system no mo emba board no so. Into omo G ni nyina tuma eka 2 no kra nyesa omo dispute here. Ya ye collation na wie ma akasa officer no bebo igum. Inti omo be distract sa process no. Ye ntumi and declare results no ho. Ena anapa anajo no mu na ye nya information say ye be EC region say omo person omo ye declaration no e original former EC office our region inti ye nyina yembra ho NDC for na MPP for nyina ye do her on be final declaration because I say no moment man ye declaration no. And here remember I told you say we were done with 139 polling station inti asema ba ho na ye moment man declare no inti ye ko ha no ye sign start afresh biom. Yes, starting afresh, no, from one police station up to 140.
Our headquarters.
Our headquarters are good. Regional, good. Yes, I shall say NDC4, ETH, NPP4, THC. And I see the same branch here, Omo Bono, no, courage, on na or yes, I man. Into a boy, some Omo agree, it could do point B, and Omo can say, Debbie, Omo the Omo agree. Omo resi protest e 32 polling stations and nothing na figures now wo TCC ano e far lower because the number of polling stations omo gina so omo the year declaration no e 110 polling stations 32 now omo say omo njintum no omo resi challenge no yamfa no anka ho na sa meba o na sa 32 no nyina ye yen stronghold e na omo sheda ko peki ye say oho no de omo njintum inti based on 110 no isi no onye declaration and almost dey be enye adiana sa Sam George
110 that is 141 out of 110 and 110 out of 141
good. So and no declare so check the difference is the number of polling stations are enkan that is our 31 polling stations enkan so how can you declare an election with a 31 polling station because ohono enkom so
Make say one you know, sir.
Okay, say 110 is based on 110 police stations, but Okaikwe Central, 141 polling stations. But later, we create new one at the count. Until 141, and later, easy create one, maybe 142. So if you watch clearly, you realize 32 polling stations. Okay,
so at that time, no.
At that time,
okay. So that time, no. Na Patrick Boamawe.
Thank you. For security reasons, near na your office of coalition center ho. Me wo ho. Me wo ho from Anapano up to Enyumbrea ye bibia ye fi ho. Na Patrick Boama amba ho because of threats. Na ye wo inside no yeti. So your catcher and say he should hold on because Oba the situation will become very, very chaotic. So Patrick Boama was there, but now he was around, but not only hall no. Myself, my chairman, my constituency chairman, your constituency secretary, any Patrick Boama Ninia or no IT officer, or no can ho. Later, JFK, General Secretary of MPP Ebaho, Anthony Abaifa Kabo Ebaho, and Salam Mustafa, your National Youth Organizer, Omunyina ba hobby, but Omoba no kakrana like almost sign call back. But time now yes declaration we na chairman Macmenu ewo ho na chairman Fred Owari na onoso ti hobby na aka yen be 8 na hall mu ho no yen MP before be 8 or 9 no na NDC for they were numbering over 100 in the hall because ye ko ho no omo my quota say woni wo parliamentary candidate mu nyina mo fa 5 plus parliamentary candidate no 6 inti ma yen ye ko na ye do so pa but omo ma yen crofo no bi APA. But later on, NDC for no ombe jina ho bebre like they were able to overpower the police officers. And na omu bebre eba inside ho. So at a point, no, ebe kan yen our only 9 with NDC numbering over 100. And omu lucky dino. Omu lucky dino says we MPP ni a wumpie. We EC ni a wumpie. We police ni say police ni kura peso pia. Yeso ko hu NDC officer now all lucky dino. No jiki. Me kaisa edumri bi me pese me kotonsi. There was no water inside there, so I wanted to buy water. So I went to tell the police officer to open the door for me to go out. I want to get water. And Okacham say I should go and see there. Okacham me say me ko hu NDC nino. And I say how? And yes, they have the key. Police ni catch me say I should go and see there. And I me call gentleman ho na me catch and say chief, I want to go and get some water outside. And officer say who are you? And I say I'm Rafik. And I say from where? And I say Okaikwe Central, NPP or NDC, and I say NPP. And I say, my friend, move away from me. None of you is stepping out of this place until the election is declared and signed. None of you will leave here. Inti Chairman Fred Owari, Chairman Macmenu, me Ankasami constituency chairman, your constituency secretary, ya kawo inside honey na Ablekuma North. Omo parliamentary candidate so no one inside because almost constituency no issue bi wo ho na ono so timu bi inti yen nyina ono so ni other MPP officials omo kan ho ba ya nipa be 4 na 5 omo so no omo ti ho yen nyina we were kept in the room for hours that no one can go out say who ko Johnson Kra you can go out. NDC locked all of us up in the room for
meba e better no unu say NDC for the lock.
Oh chief party adwuma na ye party
Sam George no. Did you see somebody? Okay, Sam George were there. A young fan said they came for solidarity. They said Justin Kobe also so bad best support. So I'm asking, say, how did you know say NDC for now? Be so far me. My say call for the message, but say many fair to you. You understand? People are saying that I should be very fair, but you see, I'm doing this because NDC for her. You get me? NDC Fonte has say NPP version Enya. So the questions are obi tifi or baby sano. I have to ask this question. You keep saying say you keep saying say NDC for lock your door no NDC for lock your door no. How can an NDC man ever lock your door? No the key Ghana Police Service say make sure so BMP.
One faki and map Ghana Police Service.
Okay.
So I am saying say I wanted to buy water. I'm giving a classical example, my personal experience. And I make call police in here because I know say you buy inside one police were in charge. Open decide who comes in and who goes out. police no say wo background number na over omutumi be yi numbers no be reducing number ni bi.
Okay.
So me ko catch police ni say I wanted to get water. And I catch them say go and see the NDC people. And I say why or see the organizer. Theo police ni catch them say I should go and see the organizer. So me call organizer, he was wearing a suit, blue black. And I me call in chain. Say, officer, I want to get some water. And I say, who are you? And I say, Rafik. And I say, from where? And I say, okay, Center, MPP or NDC. Question will be me and I make catch MPP or NDC. And I say, NPP also, you are not going out. None of you is leaving these premises until the election is declared. So the question is that who wanted the election declared?
Are you really telling us the truth?
Chief.
No, that police personnel,
yes.
The police personnel no catch we say. Who person who copy and also copy water?
Yes.
That police personnel no catch we say. Kono National Democratic Congress. Organize and the low cost. On be determine who is to go out.
Because the police had lost total control in the room.
But you government in power. Oh my goodness.
So thank you very much. I am happy you are saying this because there was police presence there, but the police was virtually handicapped. Even if the police officer wanted to go out, and yes, sir, they are keeping the key. Even if the police officer wants to go out, he needed to go and get the officer who was that NDC officer who was holding the key to allow the policeman to go out or even come in. So police need be inside crowd. So they decide NDC for decide who comes in and who goes out. You can call Chairman Fred Owari, you can call Chairman McMenu, you can call Ablekumanov, or parliamentary candidate. MPP parliamentary candidate, you can call her. She was equally kept hostage. All of us were kept hostage for hours. In that room, that you could not go out to do anything. They took over and they said until say young man no come to the extent say they almost killed the young man. So you could see in the declaration that guy was virtually making the announcement under duress. You could see clearly say they say declare, say this. Me see at the point pink sheet no feeling no cry. Guy no failure. I saw one officer
allegation.
One officer omo year calculation. Omo some judge mu nyina na omo ti ho. Omo year sa calculation and sana.
Na representative way.
They now wait my at that time. Everybody kept quiet because
but government in power. What on mama ya power?
And yes, I anymore. Your general secretary, party general secretary Ebaho, Ekoye, or situation or grantee interview on City TV. And he said we should allow the EC to do their work because EC has the primary document. Because they are saying they will not use...
Because I saw Rashi a press conference.
So, a press conference now. But he has seen the situation there. What steps did they take for the security of your party for now? Yaka or dying.
Oh, but say, say Justin Kobiaka say, or draw police attention. Ama or kanya hokwan waka or bobo.
But police did nothing.
Some of the areas,
no problem.
Constituencies are problem. Abano.
Good. But police did nothing. And I make a choice. Police nino. Police nin cry me make a chance me pay. Me huna. Very well built. Oh, and yet Tesano. Where are some I can regional
now.
December. And no adiano. Police about 5 of them were inside. A brand no mo sa EC official no omo bo no omo molesting omo mia ne kon omo hwehwe na so no but you saw the video. I don't know why you don't even have that part because there are other stations who have the part no because people called me and told me my family was calling say are we safe? They are watching what is happening. No, how? But what with such kind of impunity, you understand? Before we will go out, the NDC people, even barricades now, a war about now, police, a was some controlling. But many Chairman McMenu, Chairman McMenu Kamu. Will you believe, say, NDC for Ekacha say they wanted to inspect our car before we go out, and the police officers were armed. And NDC some baby gates now, NDC in the baby amount, and the police had totally lost control.
Honorable Patrick Boamadi release Biaba Bonti. Yeah, the back to TV to see about catch me. Last elections, no. Kessben Central. Mum make move bia suspicion be by entine bia. Omo fi se bia. Omo transfer the same thing happen. happy bia no na bia na omudina so dey sad.
Everybody knows say the voter pattern in Okakwe Central and na Okakwe Central skirt and blouse unim they are almost basing much of omo case on the fact say President Mahama ene winning Okakwe Central. So say President Mahama winning Okakwe Central, the assumption they say and there's nowhere okay. Parliamentary candidate be lose. But we have a situation in Okakwe North. The last election, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo won presidential election, but Teresa of NDC won NDC.
Who won the central? This current election. The presidential.
John Mahama ne win here.
Okay.
So based on that fact,
Meba mama kite for say near share ni mu say Abdul Omar NDC baba be kayensa. But no may be a delay no. I'm a ultimate mechanic, so we are not doing a one-way job. Abdul Omar, Mutun said the piano, or Fiha no more yenine or kaya pano no over there yes, ye buy any now de bia or babe jinamu at the National Democratic Congress and then kebedi jumay one honorable Haruna Nesenke eba. But Omar amiatia say bibi atona kakranti obe delay kakrana honorable Patrick Boama the release ababon team mako Facebook si amesaka me somebody me the Actu TV no so e the amaye me Facebook na block enti was say Patrick Boama for immediate attention. I am a believer in due process and I'm taking the right steps to legally reverse this fraudulent declaration. I therefore urge all the new Patriotic Party members, friends, well-wishers to remain calm. Okay, thank you. And the asoso where Honorable Patrick Boama me kon wo ho tie no. Eti Honorable Patrick Boama and the release about ti say what ase say the esi na ntwa yi eti or the court sa anete. Is Honorable Patrick Boama wa hefa?
Oh, around, but for security reasons, me to can't exactly where he is. This morning, Menino Akasa, and he's very fine. He's very okay. So I said we already released no, and right, Yeneno Nyankita now. Mayeti as say we have to pursue it legally, and you know he's a lawyer himself, and he knows that Ghana is governed by the rule of law. So basically, what is necessary is for us to put ourselves together, and then now Yako pursue is our issue at the right forum. But clearly, we understand this with 141 polling stations and 142 polling stations. Now would hear declaration based on only 110. Now your opponents are raising issue with 32 polling stations. Sa 32 polling stations iba akokora nima ono wini ye. Ye na ye wini ni nyina nti ono baby ono wini ye no de collation no oyo okay. Baby ono when wini ni de ohon de enyema no. So they shouldn't that should be an issue for another day. But I believe say in all fairness ne ekoso no na ye time to the extent say impunity, to the extent that you can lock up senior men of this nation in a room, telling them, because even the Okakwe North parliamentary candidate, you know, she is an ambassador to China, right? So with such people in the room, and you lock everybody up and say no one should move out, say because we need election. But that is not the case. Look at the presidential candidate of MPP, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. One train krama easy ambe make a declaration because yen system na ye kitano within 24 hours or say to me who say you win election and I say you win. So obe make a concession speech. What Fred President Mahama I congratulate you. So why is it that omo challenge say almost lose parliamentary seat bia they should at all costs, because they have power, they should use it to take those seats by force. The point is that NDC person munya to third majority in parliament, and the idea near nim and say almost person almost Ghana constitution to allow President Mahama to be able to contest for another term. They need to third majority to be able to pass such a decision in parliament. Nientia senka obi be bisa no say Argentina omunya 185 seats are still near 1 or 2 be winning no on person because they want to hit some number no, then they can take that decision. But Ghanaians are watching. Election bakwa omu winning boss. You are a media person. Who impunity also looting across the state. In Tamale, there was looting of warehouses, people's shops. In Accra here, Ayawa West, the same thing. Unkrofo fridges, unkrofo warehouses, omoko boy room, markets everywhere. What kind of lawlessness is this? Election bakwa. Where we need election. Okay. So where from all these ones? Madam Oslo Wusu office. It was virtually ransacked, destroyed things. Omu say where are we heading to? You wanted power. You have gotten power. Is that what we wanted? As for that, is that what we wanted to use the power? Yes. Is that what we wanted to use the power to do? Where from all this? Look at how the flag bearer of NPP came out in humility, accepted defeat, called the president. Is that not enough for NDC people to leave our people alone? And for justice to prevail in this country, because you have power, so you must do things with impunity. You heard there's a video recording of Basin Tali, who said that whether they like it or not, they will declare the seats for us. Whether they like it or not, they will declare the seats for us. What kind of impunity is this?
Honorable Yedasipi, na Yedibesi ha. Na nyame ya adumo china me didi esi ebenya the version of a National Democratic Congress. We are now deduct no who is telling the truth. But we should also not forget that Honorable Patrick Boama say or the court and so be seeking for legal action. Ye share ni mu say sade no ebeba. So when you the court there, SSC agya ho asem fi say a court near ma court no eye the dwuma. Honorable Haruna Rafik first vice chairman Edema New Patriotic Party Okaikwe Central and Mati say na me twam mo hono me hu say na mo shop mo office wo why you din as matum ni ade a.
Yes.
Now we wish you all the best.
So yeah.
Onu kasa pa. I wish you all the best. Now mamen kai ade bi nche wansa na wako.
Okay, boss.
Unu ODK Herbal Center.
ODK Herbal Center Mate but minimum.
Oh, omo Makati Hills.
Okay.
Adjacent Akawe Hospital.
Okay.
Na uko Kumasi nso a omo Breman West opposite a fuel station. Na mameka semincho. Do whole Ghana.
Okay.
O payaresapa. Ayaresapa from ODK Herbal Clinic Center.
Okay.
Now payaresapa ho. Na enei wo mo semen kancho say ODK Herbal Clinic wo. O yare bia ye chronic infection. Say infection be ato say typhoid salmonella bibia and romotenete afobia asthma tetene pa ho odike fortenete o wo bia stroke abubu nded gugu wontimi nsware kra ayeba wontimi kra nkasa ono ho no kra ho no mo pe eno no mo pe de abubu no kra no wontimi nkasa ne nansa ani na ya yi no odike for ho no mo pe challenge no mo pe omba mu na sori agina akwakobobo ebe yo nwanwa odike for afa typhoid fever obi a ulcer all kind of ulcer etete ne pa no enu ye odike afa fibroid ukoyi na aba 2 years na aba eni kwa se yesa odike be yi ni prekope abra wan papai no wo beba na du obe no obe nan ne fibroid ni na emabiem afa sciatica on se sciatica ni obi ananim yo honorable udin chem na se ukoma obi koyi obubu agu ho odike honte sa ena afa emema asem mpaduasa mutadua ni swa otadua swa obi adidia manayi na twekom dabi
eno so kan
so otimi didia ne nafuna ekese na manayi na twekom na odike bema de nyame de ball na ba se de ode ba no kwasa obetimi amana aye kese kakra e de amaw afei uso obi o digestive problem obi ho no ba hu se de dwuma one pontem osori ana ayi anadwo na odidie so ye bi chebu o wadidie anadwo so wetimi na etu didi anadwo akokofa digestive problem e dia brew odike betene te dia maw afei wo se men kanchira wo se stress obi stress na anxiety eti atimama wa braba ye basa wo hwade akra unu stress na anxiety tibi kofa problem e yare ehu pa me manya bida sa anxiety ni manya bida enti minim dia make afei bone dislocation obi a anka brante ya owo kase obo wo no to baby se ne kase mu se fracture na ba na se wa dislocate the bone a wo de ne ko odike ho e betene te dia ma spinal dysfunction enso ye hu adwuma na diabetes o betene te dia ma na wo ti bibia se afre number we sisi a 050 05055181040 05055181040 and 0544929758 0544929758 ODK Heba Odrobia Academy was here a Drobia Academy sa enetie ODK for Yadamwase honorable na also see a better one se pani can say bibia why ye fede say honorable me chese trust bibia momfa abotre na me kase se court nso declare say honorable Sadiq and the winner Mr. Mo friend so congratulate no na bibia enye boko mai why honorable Sadiq Baba Sadiq so or court kase on the winner and also Mo friend and congratulating
thank you and I hope say a court so declare honorable Patrick Yabuama almost so ombeji atum ewo asumdwe no almost so ma
Baba Sadiq I know the obeye
no congratulating
say tie for so amoka say menye fair no Mr. Munya abotre mame and say bia NDC ni nti ha so I have to ask their questions Jamaica honorable sabe
oh that's fine that's fair fair
monya ipa ko Facebook one man ko fu twabo me panya asem ketwa
okay
Mr.
me ko Tracy ahwe
okay so honorable ya da CP Bayport fixed deposit say wanya kakra bia say buko opposition eti kakra wanya no pako Bayport
you might say
na Bayport for say Bayport for was special you be the man na omo say no omo affordable ayipa minimum a year betimi dia kodram 5,000 we say baby the omo dey start 500 million which is 50,000 and ya the way do the 5,000 na 5,000 ya ma flexible options for 3 months we so be o hono say o tibi CCS can 1 year 2 years na dia ba beji sika bi ni ade da bi important sa omo dia ne 3 months and the akopim 1 year obetimi aye etu the 5,000 koto na sika bia o de koto 3 months ebewo na interest na de eda ho no kakraka when you interest I would ade koto credit dia go phone so and I say what interest no na afa na ade koto fridge dia kosi with them there be interest abetimi dia expand your business and abetimi dia establishing new business eti Bayport se fabra na afa interest so yentua ne se uzo bi o ha cause o network ninti na abotere bla 2 weeks time o ye boss di ho wo je jiwe answer che debi hontesa ye betua di ni na dia ma fu e dia ma eti Bayport se mo amu he TV ene mo amu hwe Facebook no ene da TV no so no 0245 153 283 and 0245 153 283 and 026 300 7922 026 300-7922 Bayport or see your future now the whole eti Bayport for no sanity eti honorable say see ya mu opposition dey maya ko opposition eti say maya ko opposition dey but modern ne ko Bayport
mate
ko Bayport na fe mon ke kam ho ye we shim all the best na ko Kumasi so a so ta ko Kumasi
me ta ko Kumasi
honorable Patrick Boama so ofi Kumasi
ofi Kumasi
na uko Kumasi a Debi abekobi o de frame
mate
ye frame hotel bi Efusia hotel
okay
e was that house uko Kumasi Adum center of Kumasi business center ujina hono mo a se do kosoro ha debi adam bia no who the whole half of Kumasi and as a quarter of Kumasi we say Kumasi a beautiful city enua nti e fe garden city na akọ hono mo a ye ho ye executive suite memo akọ da hobi mini suite club rooms standard double rooms standard single rooms ni na benya bi ho ye was state of art facility air conditioned rooms and all 24-hour security service restaurant and continental local dishes you be all laundry service you see normal enso ho no and your conference center na madika akatie ni ye 24-hour security service
me say wo bow 24 me say wo sre kakra nti ye 24 hour economy
na your fourth floor as that house Adum Kumasi Ghana eti o pese o booking now per reservation no afa number we 03220 37382 03220 37382 mami timu biem 03220 37382 eno no hodo bi ada honorable Sadiq akoda hoda we coincidental emble bi no honors na Frimpong maba mo hotel no mo ha ye kama pa obusa Sadiq obeka e dia kiro honorable Sadiq meni na o creative art nim pa ti honorable Sadiq die enya asem keto akra eti sa enetie eti honorable ye beda wase honorable Haruna say Rafik eti your first vice chairman
yeah me your first vice chairman
eti esi e bia de na abeko anim ana sesei
Oh, say Andrew Hall because we had an election, so now your concentration in our election also.
Bisa say election, but me bisa say.
Oh, the future you do Hana you be home because for now no, we just concentrate on.
One chairman.
Chairman Niashi.
And why have Mamuku positions?
Niashi. No parliament in the young co-position. The catch members say Omunya to him. That's all.
Okay.
I will say we will pursue it legally, and we know we will be victorious.
Legally, okay. Now you ain't come for a drop back command yanko.
Okay.
You come for a drop back command. Police nedrun.
Maybe.
Aha. A drop be a funny in boost here by Mister. Police nedrun the whole. I'm telling you. Na sadro we say obi a o say e boost immune system no na system na nyo yade na ba etu nunu bi e boost immune system no e boost immune system na yade bi te say syphilis, gonorrhea, pressure, ulcer, stroke, waist pain, fatigue, malaria, chidi liver problem, kidney problems na e betene te e dia maw na police na drone say oko pharmacy bi e wodo ho Ghana ubenya bi open doso ponso etu a oko ayi ye fene say wa Bogatanga Tamale Accra or drug or Kaishi drug lane ubenya bia to ti region so de bi ko ho ene adia etu ko bokoso e Calamet pharmacy and low cost road ene adia anti police na dro no opedodo atu a 0246 208496 0246 208496 police na dro no o si boost herbal mixture kope bi to na bobobi na enya apomodin mapa. Okay. Okay. It's honorable. Yeah, that's CP Nakopo Ensha. All right, and a happy birthday. Brothers here, their birthday, Eddie Ebremo. Now, happy birthday to Vanessa Boy Hammond. Yes, Vanessa Boy Hammond, citizen Atodazi. The General Secretary, the Grace Consolidated Popular Party, NSCM, we say, Vanessa Boy Hammond. Happy birthday to you. Now, happy birthday to Frank Nero, Kokomlemle. Frank Nero, or Kokomlemle. I like your swag. Nice man. Frank Nero. Happy birthday to you. Eti when Vanessa Boy, ya washimo all the best. Nyakopon come home. Amamunya kese kopem se mobaye kese pa. Amen. Order for from Nana from Frimpong Ziega. Sabredi ye call anane boating studio na se Joe Laka ene na pamphone and I say the team at this.